We're getting to this closet piece right here, and I just want to show you the first step that I'm going to take here before I do any of this cutting around that is I'm just going to take this board and I'm going to measure it from here to here, and I'm going to mark it and go cut it. And so I'll go cut that off and then we'll continue on, but I need to get the right length before I continue any farther. So I went and made my cut, and now I'm back in here, and what I'm going to do now is I set this in here where it's supposed to go to see if I made the right length, and I did. So now I'll just take a scrap. This was my cutoff. I'm going to stick this in right here. And so I'm just adding a small board right here. It can be a full board too, it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to take this board and I'm going to kind of put it in its spot where it's supposed to be, but a row out. Now I take a full board, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to this little board right here and this other board that I just cut, and I'm going to lock it in. Now I made this so it lined up right here where it's supposed to go. If I slid it that way, you can see how I lined it up there. Now it's solid in here because I hooked it onto this board, which is hooked onto the main floor, so I know that this is straight. Now I take my cheater board that I made, and as all I'm going to do is I'm going to come up right next to it. Now this isn't sliding underneath, so I need to kind of figure for that. So I'm just going to go on this side of the jamb. Now I know that my jamb slides under there about a ½ inch before it hits the wall, so I'm just going to take my board, move it over about a ½ inch there. I'm going to make a mark there, come around the same and do the same thing on this side, make a mark there. Now I can just take this and draw my line, and that's where it's going to go underneath. Now as far as this goes, I just do the same thing here. I come in a little bit and I'll make a mark. Now I can just go straight off the floor. I lined this edge up straight with this board so I know that it's sitting on there straight because it's 2 factory edges. Draw my line, and I can just kind of do the same and eyeball it. Now you see right here is my cutout that's going to slide in there. Now I just go along the wall over here and just do what we showed you on that very starter wall, on the starter wall, and just mark. And now that's what we're going to cut off. And so you can see that's what it looks like. There's my cutout for that. Here's my little sliver I'm cutting off this main wall. So you can see I didn't use a tape measure there. This is how simple it is when you use a cheater board like that, and then building the floor out because of the way we're able to line that up. And I'll continue to show you a few more of these down the hall and stuff so that you'll kind of get the grasp of what we're doing, but it's pretty simple. And now we'll just go out and cut it on the with the jigsaw. All right, so I went outside and I cut this. You can see how I notched it all out. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to take this piece and lay it on the floor, and I'm going to put this part of the tongue into the female part, and now I'm just going to slide it right in there, and then I'll take my tapping block and I'll tap it in the rest of the way. Now it's holding on right there, and obviously back here we're just hanging there. And so now that's it. Now we'll just keep on going and keep laying some more laminate. Now this part right here, we don't have to worry about fastening with screws. We're in the closet here. It's only 3 feet. This floor is solid enough where it's going to hold that piece straight because we're not going too much of a distance, and so you don't have to worry about attaching the floor there.